Good morning, students. A very happy morning to all the students of class 9. I welcome all the students for the state live lecture of geography. Yes, now we are going to start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 8, Introduction to Economics. Yes, in this chapter we are going to learn about income and expenditure. Yes, the economic word which deals with the income and expenditure. In this lesson, only as an introduction, we are just going to learn what is the proper meaning of economics, from where the word has formed. Yes, that. And in this, in this, we are also going to see about the origin of economics, nature of economics, and definition and scope of economics. Means all we are just going to learn in introduction of economics. So let's begin the chapter. Yes, here on your screen you can see there is one table. You can see, students, that is, can you tell? Yes, but before going to the chapter, here first you have to understand here. Wait, I'll use expenditure. Here you can see the three columns are given over here. Yes, the first is serial number, second is, yes, items, and the fourth one is estimated expenditure. These are the three columns. Now here, and first let's know what is expenditure. Expenditure means what, students? Expenditure means an amount of money which is spent. Spending funds means known as expenditure. Yes, means a particular amount we are giving. Yes, we are spending it. That is known as expenditure. Now, income means what here? Income means the money which comes from various sources. Yes, for example, if somebody is working in factories or offices, he gets the salary. That is the an amount of money which earn is known as income. Yes, why I'm telling this income and expenditure, because these two terms, student, or we can say these two words, are very much important throughout this lesson. Now here, see, observe the chart which is, you see on your screen, students, which you can see on your screen. Here you can see there are total 11 items are there. Yes, daily food, which you can see that daily food is how much of amount we are spending on daily food, that is 6,000. Buying two sets of uniform, 2,000. Means here estimated cost is given, means here in this column we have spent that money. Yes, and these are the things on we have spent the money. So total total estimated expenditure is what? 22,550. This is the total estimated cost, means 22,000 we have spent. But here what? But here, for example, now the person is, yes, the person is earning just only 20,000, students. Yes, the person is earning, means his income is only 20,000, and but his expenditure is what? Just more than income. Yes, 22,550. So here there is no proper balance between income and expenditure. means that person's income is just 20 and he is spending 22,000, means more he is spending. So he should have a proper management of income and expenditure. That means economics. Yes, this was the introduction about the lesson. Yes, and one small activity to it was, students. So here what we have understood, students, that when we have a fixed income, yes, it is upon us how much money we have to spend on that particular you can say things or items, whatever it is. Okay, then next. Yes, sorry, let's start now. Now here, let's start the lesson now. Why I have taken that activity? Because it was just a discussion point given at the very first of the lesson. Yes. After discussion on the above activity, you will realize that management of individual or family finances is mainly related to income and expenditure. That means economic factors. This leads this led to the birth of economics. Yes. So why they have given that such a small activity before starting the chapter? To understand the concept of income and expenditure. Yes, whatever our income should be, income is there, students, but it is there in our hand that how much we are spending. Yes, we if you if we want to balance our expenditure, we should reduce some things or some items from we should remove it, or we should able to manage those things properly. We should able to fit that expenditure items in that income only. Yes, this leads to the birth of economics. Sorry, this led the birth of economics. So because of this income and expenditure, they gave the birth to economic. Yes, next. Next, the word economics comes from the Greek word oikonomia, which means family management. Yes, where family management is there, these two terms are involved. What two terms? Income and expenditure. So here you have to mark this point as a 1 mark filling the blanks question, students. The word economics comes from the Greek word dash, which means family management. So as a filling the blanks, it may come that oikonomia. Yes. Now this is the origin of economics. From where the word economics comes, which it comes from Greek word. And what is the Greek word? Oikonomia. It means family management. Then now in proper term, what is economics? Economics is a social science concerned with the production, distribution, and consumptions of goods and services. It studies how individual, business, governments, and nations make choices about how to allocate resources. So this is the proper definition of economics. Economic is about, students, about making choices. We all make kinds of choices every day. Yes, how much should I spend on the particular dress, what is the best route to work, where should we go for dinner. Yes, it is all about our choices. So same type as we are doing the management of family students, we have to deal in with the income and expenditure. In the same way, students, in the we we are managing the country's income and expenditure. That means national economy or country's economy. How we manage our family, how we manage our family. Yes, that is known as family management. Yes, in the same way, when we are managing our country's income and expenditure, that is known as national economy or country's economy. Now there is similar students about family economy and country's economy. It's similar, it's not different, it is similar. Then next year, there is lot of similarity between family management and economics. We understand from economics how to use time, money, labor, and land effectively. How to satisfy the infinitive needs of the people using various resources is the study matter of economics. Now, here they have said here that uh, when we understand the word economic, students, we are used to it, that how to use the time, how to use the money on the given right place, right time, labor and land effectively. Time means what? As you all know, you go to school on time, particular time is given, on that time only you reach the school. Yes, if you are late, you see the timing of the bus, timing of the train. Means you are dealing with the economics one. Yes, and you are doing the management. Yes, that I should reach the school at the given time only. Next is money. Yes, how we manage our family income and expenditure. That means we are managing our money in the family management. Yes, then labor and land effective. Now everything is limited, students. Example, the land is limited, we have very less land, but we have to manage that land properly. Yes, I'm giving the example about the land. As we all know, the land is limited, but we are able to manage it properly. Yes, so that all the peoples, yes, all the people, those who are staying, they should be um, all the peoples are there, they should properly do the management and they will stay over there. Now for example, income is less. Yes, for example, well, let's take an income is very less, 20,000, and land is also less over there. Then we should able to manage that land properly, so that all the rich or poor will get that resource land properly. Yes, for example, now water. Why the water is used, student? For drinking, for cooking food, washing clothes, utensils, for bathing. So these are the uses of water. Yes, but we are managing that water. How we know that today at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, the water is available over there. So what we do, we store that water. Yes, in the big drum. Yes, we store it for cooking. For cooking purpose, we keep the water separate. So this is known as the manage. How to manage the proper thing. in the given time, money, labor, and land effectively. Yes, this was how to satisfy the infinitive needs of people using various resources is the study of matter of economics. Now here, as we all know, our um, the person is not satisfied what they have. Yes, there is all many types of needs people are having. Yes, I want this, I want that, whatever it is. Yes, means what they are using various resources. Yes, as we all know, the peoples are not satisfied what they have. They want more and more, more and more, and the latest one. That time the peoples, they are using the different resources. That means they are studying the, it is the study matter of economics. Next, now this is the main, this is the main definition of economics, students. See here, according to the Lionel Robbins, economics is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce, which means have alternative uses. Now, what does this word scarce? Scarce means it is not easy to find, not easy to get. It means scarce. As we manage the finances of our family, similarly villages, cities, states, countries, and world also need to have economic management. Now, according to the Lionel Robbins, according to him, it is said that economics is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scares, which means have alternative use. Now, for definition, if during the exam students they may ask, what is the definition of economics? So you are going to write this definition. Okay. You also please mark this in your textbook as a star one student. Yes, for 2 marks question, what is the definition of economics? Uh, then you have to write this. Second point they have explained here. Second point is, as we manage the finances of our family, similarly villages, cities, states, countries, and world also need to have economic management. Hmm. So here what they have said here, let's see the meaning. Systems remain same, but the difference is that amount, family's income is more, but expenditure is less. Country country income is more, expenditure is also more. Now, I'll give you examples, students. Now, see, farmers producing the food grains. What the farmers do? They produce the food grains. Yes, they are doing the production, and then their farmers or their peoples, they distribute the product. Yes, they give the products, and that product which is being given to in the, we can say, in the market. That time the markets, those who are in the market, those who are purchasing their food, that is known as consuming the goods. Consuming the goods. Next is, system remains same, the difference is the amount. The so country's income is more, expenditure is also more. If, for example, in the family also, if our income is more, student, yes, then the expenditure will also be more. So here we have to do the proper management over there. Just we have to keep this one point here, students, in our mind, that managing our family and managing our country, state, world, it is same, but we can say but the process how to manage, it's quite different. Next, geographically speaking, the enterprises related to the production, distribution, and consumption of goods, services, and specific region is called an economy. Now we are going to learn what is economy. What is economy? Means we are going to deal about the product. Yes, any product you can take, and we are going to see its production, its distribution, and its consumptions. Yes, now slowly little bit we are moving forward, students. Yes, firstly what we were learning, about the family management. Yes, now we are going to see the economy, means about the customer who is taking the consuming the goods, means he is buying the goods. Yes, and the seller, he is selling the goods, and the production means in the factory the product is being made, and that product is being distributed in the market, and from the market those who are purchasing that goods, that product is known as, means customer, it is known as consumption of goods and services. So whatever, if this teen if this 3 points which is combined, or which is goes together in a specific region, is known as economy. Yes, now let's learn more in detail, student, about this. Now, production. First we are going to see about the production. Yes, when it is manufactured, and the distribution, when it comes, distribution comes when the goods are produced properly, final production is done, that time the distribution of the product is being distributed. Then last is what? Consumption, in the third point. When the product is being produced properly, when the product is being distributed. But before that, when the product is being manufactured, student, it is a chain, student. First it is manufacture, then distributors, then retailers, and then the customers. Customers means what? The uh, those who consume the goods, those who take the good, they are known as consumption of goods and services, means customers there. Then, so all three, definitely we can say all these 3 points are very important for the word economy. Production means what, student? Manufacture means production, distribution, and consumption. To keep this, all the three terms, all the three words in your mind, you can keep it as PDC. PDC means economy. PDC means economy. To keep this in your mind, you have to, in a short way, learn the term economy as a PDC. For example, uh, here I have given P means which goes for production, D for distribution, and C for consumption of goods and services. That is known as PDC. Now, one more example I would like to tell your students about the TV. Yes, there are many people who are doing the production of who are doing the production of TVs. Yes, now you can see Android TVs. We can see same person. Those who the person who is doing the production work of TV, he is supplying the TV. Yes, he is supplying the TV to home, to the distributors, in the factories, in the malls, in the shops. Yes, he's distributing, he's sorry, supplying. Then it goes to the selling. Yes, as the product is being there in the shop, in the malls, that time it is kept for a selling purpose. Then the customer will go there and they will buy the TV. That means they will consume the product. What they will do, they will consume the product. So it is the firstly you have to keep this three letters PDC for the word economy. So easily you can able to write the answer. Okay, step by step you are going to write. Next. Yes. Now this was about, till now we have learned about origin of economics, nature of economics, definition and scope of economics. Now we are going to see there are three types of economy. On the global level, there are on a global level there are three types of economics: capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed economy. Now we are going to learn the three types of economy. First is capitalistic, third is socialistic, and second is socialistic, and the third one is mixed economy. One by one we are going to learn in detail. Yes, the first type of economy is capitalistic economy. Capitalistic economy, it means ownership and capitalistic economy means, first we will read out the points, students. Ownership and management of means of production is in the hands of private individuals. Main aim is to earn maximum profit. Germany, Japan, the USA have adopted such type of economy. Yes. Now your capitalistic economy means what, student? In this type of economy, we have to produce whatever you want, as it will be depend upon government rules and regulations. According to rules and regulation. So here it is totally, it is been in the hands of private individuals. Yes, he can put the price on it whatever he want. Yes, it is all about the business. Yes, the person, he can make, he can produce the product whatever he wants, whichever price he want to put, he can put. Yes, it is all about to earn the maximum profit. Yes, but the rules and regulation will be there of governments. Then for example, there are some countries which they have adopted such type of economy, that is capitalistic economy. In the name only itself, they have given students one idea, that is about the capital. Capital means to earn the profit, maximum profit. Now here they have given the example. We are going to see student here. Yes. On the here you can see the map. Yes, world map they have given here. The blue color on the map which shows the capitalistic countries of the world. Germany, Japan and USA. Yeah, this one. This. The blue color which you can see on your screen, that is capitalistic countries of the world. Those who have, we can say, use this type of economy. Next, here, as we have discussed about the farming students, yes, in the farming where the crops which are grown in the agricultural field, who is deciding that which crop should be built in that particular field? The farmer will decide that which crop should be built, should be for should be fertilizer in that proper field. So here, in same case, in the private individuals also, the owner of the factory has the full authority to supply the production, and he has the full authority of controlling that production also. Yes, for example, in India, you can say the example, you can take the example of Reliance, Tata, Birla. These are the private companies. They are there in their own world only. Yes, means their ownership and management, it is totally on the private hand, private individuals, and they are very stick to their main aim, that is to earn maximum profit only. So this was about the capitalistic economy. Next, next is socialistic economy. Second type of economy is socialistic economy. The means of production belong to the society as a whole, that is the government's control. The means of production belong to the society as a whole, that is government's control. The main aim is to achieve social welfare. China, Russia have adopted socialistic type of economy. Socialistic economy means it is opposite to the capitalistic economy, student. Yes, everything is produced by the government and the government supplies it. Yes. Then in socialistic economy, means of the production, example, which is example, land, agriculture, industries, that belongs to the people's welfare. Yes, here no businessman, no business will be go in the socialistic economy. Means here the owner is government, or you can say the state government. Yes, in any of the, here you can say there is no choice. There is no choice. Why I'm saying here, see the example now. If there is only one company of mobile, we all have to, if there is overall there are, now you can see there are many types of this mobile companies, students. Yes, but in case if there is overall only one company of mobile, yes, Samsung mobile, you cannot say Nokia is not there, Redmi is not there. No, only Samsung is there. There is, we don't have any choice. So here what they have said, if there is only one company of mobile, we all have to purchase the same company's mobile, because there is no choice. Only one company's mobile is being manufactured. There we don't have any choice. So that only we have to purchase. Yes. So this is about the socialistic economy. Means everything which is being produced, which is being manufactured, to whom? Only for the society. Only for the society. And who is controlling, who is having the whole on it? Only the government has the control on it. Main aim is what? Only to achieve social welfare, only for the society, only for the good of society. बाकी किसके लिए नहीं है? Only for the good of society. Means this, only these two countries they have adopted such type of socialist economy, that is China and Russia. Only two, China and Russia. In the word only, the meaning you have to find, student. Socialistic, social, society, good for society only. Then see here, socialistic economy, these are the countries, the five communist countries of the world, they have adopted socialistic economy. That is North Korea, China, Laos, Cuba, Vietnam. These are the five countries, they have adopted socialistic economy. Next, now mixed economy. This is the third type of um, economy, that is mixed economy. Coexistence of private and public sectors. A balance between profit and social welfare is made. India, Sweden, and UK have adopted this type of systems. Now, mixed economy. Yes. To, to understand this mixed economy, students, we will take the example of our day-to-day life, student. Yes. When we cook when we cook any dish, any food, student, to make it delicious, we mixed and we put different types of ingredients in it. Yes. Why we put the ingredients? Because we put that ingredients to, it should have a taste. It should be the there should be taste for that food or for that dish properly. That's why we put or we mix some different types of ingredients in that. Yes, same like that, both private and public sector is being mixed. Yes, it is being mixed, and then it forms the mixed economy. Yes, what is private sector? Private sector means businessman. What is public sector? Government. Yes, so there are government companies as well as private companies. For example, airlines in India, then Air India, Government of India, public sector, they are using SpiceJet, SpiceJet and Indigo. They are the private owned by businessman. So this is the difference between private sector, public sector. Yes, and when we mix them, private and public sector, it is known as mixed economy. Now, see, let's take an example of railways. Railways are there for the public sector only. Yes, means railways are there for public sector. But who is controlling who is controlling that? The government is controlling, and it only works for the public sector. Yes. Mixed economy, always remember, it is a mixture of private and public, and always it is having the balance. We should, in mixed economy, there should be the profit also, and for the society, it should have a, society should be benefit, means society should get all the benefits. Yes, these 2 points you have to keep it in your mind about the mixed economy. Example is India, Sweden, UK have adopted this type of system. Okay. Next, difference between. Now, this is the last topic, student, for today's. That is difference between capitalistic economy, socialistic economy, and mixed economy. Yes. Private ownership and control. Yes, in the capitalistic economy, student, in the name only try to find the meaning of that. Capitalistic means only to earn the money, capital money. Socialistic means social, society, only for the society. And mixed economy means PP, combine of public and private sector. Capitalistic economy means private ownership and control. Socialistic means government ownership and control. Mixed means combination of capitalistic and socialistic. Why I used here private and public sector, students? Because capitalistic economy means private sector. Here I will write P R. Capitalistic economy means private sector. Capitalistic economy means private sector, and socialistic economy means public sector. Yes, and in the mixed economy, there is a combination of PP, means private and public sector. It means mixed economy. Now, to first point is all about the definitions of these three. Second point, large number of private sector enterprises. In this capitalistic economy, there are large number of private companies, means private, uh, small scale industries, large scale industries, all are there, but it is only privately owned. Then here, in socialistic economy, large number of public sector enterprises, means there is, in the socialistic economy, they are only for the public sector only. Yes, public sector. Presence of a large number of private sector, public sector, or joint sector. Means in the mixed economy, here you can see all the two sectors are there. Next, economic decisions are taken by price magnaz mechanism or market mechanism. Means what here, students? Here, who is taking the decisions about the money decisions, who is taking? It is about the price and about the market. Means in the market, which product is being on demand. Yes, means in the market, the product which is on demand, that product will be given first preference, and the price according to that it will be. Next, economic decisions are taken by planning commission on behalf of government. Yes, here economic decisions who is taking, the government is taking, but to whom? For the only society, only for the people, those who live in the society. Then economic decisions who is taking here means the price decision to be taken both by government as well as market. Means here government is fixing the rate, student, the price, but in the market also they will see the market for that product, which is the proper price. If it is more, they will less the price, and then the product will be sell. Next, last motive is this: consumer is the king. Means here consumer means what? We, the customers who consume the goods, who takes the goods, who buy the goods, is known as consumer. Next, welfare. Welfare promotion is what? Primary motive. Welfare promotion is primary motive. Means what here? In the socialist economy, only for the how the society will be in good condition, in good way, it is the prime motive of this socialistic economy. Then last is about the protects individual freedom. Means here in the mixed economy, here they have said individually it is freedom is given, that products will be more, but individual freedom means what? The person on his, he will choose the product and he will buy the product. That is known as individual freedom is given to that particular citizen of the country. So this was about the three difference between capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed economy. Now we are going to revise what we have learned today in this session. Yes, sorry. Let's revise, students. Firstly, we have learned the definition of economics, which is given by Lionel Robbins. Then in the definition of economy, we have also studied about the origin of economy. I told you the word economics is derived from the Greek word that is oikonomia, which means family management. Then next is about the economy. I asked you all to remember what is the term economy. You have to keep this PDC letters in your mind. PDC means production, distribution, and consumption. These three letters you have to keep it in your mind. Next is types of economy. Yes, there are three types of economy: capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed economy. Capitalistic economy means only to earn the money. Socialistic economy means only for the society welfare. Mixed economy means both private and public, is known as mixed economy. And at the last, we have learned about the difference between types of economy. At last, we have learned about different types of economy. Difference between all the three types of economy. Yes, in your exam also, students, they may ask distinguish between capitalistic economy and socialist economy. So you have to give the proper distinguish between with the example and the definition. Yes, as we have seen in this. Yes, as we have seen in this chart. In this way, you are going to distinguish between the economics. Okay. Yes. Thank you, students. I hope you have understood this chapter number 8, introduction introduction to economics. We have learned only the half chapter, students. We are going to continue in the next session. Thank you.